If you've been struggling with academics and I come up to you and tell you that you can change your academic life discipline and even your consistency and confidence in just 90 days, how would you feel? You would feel that it sounds unrealistic, right? No, but it's not. Because the difference between the average students and the top achievers is not about talent. Instead, it's about the mindset that they carry and live with. And today in this video, I'm going to share with you 7 mindset shifts that can change your life in next 90 days, and not just your academic life, but also your discipline, self-control and confidence too. Most of the students try to change their results by changing their methods. But the real transformation in your results and also the way you see yourself starts way deep in how you think, on what aspects your system, your habits, and your mindset is built upon. So, breaking down the mindset shifts which separate average people from top achievers, starting with point number 1, stop waiting for motivation and build discipline instead. You see, motivation is a superficial thing. It is quite not in your control. It comes and goes, and there's nothing you can do about motivation. And also, the most important thing, motivation does not come from watching motivational videos or listening to motivational songs. That is just a spike of motivation which comes and goes. Motivation is never permanent. It comes and goes, and in the same way your wants, your desires to do certain work comes and goes. So to make sure that you are going to do something, you are going to achieve something, what you need is discipline and not motivation. So when you're working towards gaining motivation by watching a lot of videos, movies, songs, this or that, you can work on building your discipline instead. Motivation is superficial, but discipline comes from within yourself. Discipline is built from mindset and the systems, the habits that you've adapted to, and the habits, the things that you have been practicing. So, when you keep waiting for motivation, there might be a certain time when motivation comes. But remember what I told earlier, motivation comes and goes, it does not stay with you all the time. So even though when that motivation comes that you are waiting for, and even before you start working, your motivation will be lost. And what will you do next? Will you still be waiting for it? No. Instead, what you can do is build discipline, because discipline is permanent. It makes you consistent to work and to achieve. Motivation is just a spike. It does not have a real power to push you forward. It can trigger you, but it can never let you forward. But discipline, on the other hand, is the special key which acts on that trigger and helps you to improve, to move further, to become consistent and focused. So, you really need to focus on building discipline and consistency instead of waiting for motivation or searching for motivation. Another thing that I've seen in a lot of people is that they like keep a certain goal to accomplish, but they always complain that they never accomplish the goals that they set. The major problem I see here is not on the thing that they are setting high goals. It's about systems. They are only focusing on the outcome, the goal, but not on the system. For a quick example, if you set a goal that you are going to lower your screen time by 10 hours to just an hour in a day, then how can you do that when you are not even changing your habits? If you keep doom scrolling on various social media platforms all the day, then is it going to go like lower from 10 hours to 1 hour? Of course not. For that, you need to fix your system. In the place where you were scrolling the day before, you need to change that particular pattern. You need to replace that habit with something else. You need to fix your system. If you were scrolling before, you need to like engage yourself in making certain art or focusing on building new skill or learning new instrument, anything but scrolling, right? In the same way, if you are setting goals, then don't just set goals. Also look for the systems. Look for the methods which will help you to achieve the goals. Do not just look for the goals. Also look for the systems and to work to build the systems so that they support your goals. Another step is to embrace discomfort, because discomfort is the sign that you are growing. If you are comfortable, then you are not growing, my friend. If you are comfortable, then there's not difference from the past you and the present you. If there is no difference in whatever you were doing in the past and whatever you are doing in present, then how can you expect the results to be different? If you want the results to be different, you need to be doing something different. You need to have some different habit, you need to have some different work in your system so that you can get different results, right? So if you are feeling discomfort, then it means that you are shifting towards some new thing. You are leaving your comfort zone, because if you are comfortable, it could have meant that you were doing the same things that you were doing in your past. If you are discomforted, if you don't feel as much comfort as you used to feel from the things that you are doing right now, it means that you are changing the way you do your things. You are going towards better, you are improving. For a quick example, let's also look into what we eat. If you love to eat junk food and you always felt comfortable eating it, and if you have switched to a healthier meal and now you feel discomfort while chewing that broccoli down your throat, then you need to remember that you are switching towards a better thing, a better alternative, a better habit, a better system which will give you better results. If you are seeing discomfort, then rest assured you will see your growth following it as well. And you need to be certain that you're improving with the things that you're doing. I'm so sorry for my dog. When you stop comparing yourself with others and when you start competing with yourself, you will feel a lot of mental burden going away. When you don't compare yourself with somebody else's chapter 20 and your chapter 1, then the mental burden you feel is quite hard to handle. And it's also that this burden will stop you from moving forward. This will act as if it is making you tired or making you feel lost. But when you start competing with yourself, you see yourself as a competitor. You have to be better than you were yesterday. I have to be better than I am today for my tomorrow self. My future self needs to be better than me right now. My present self needs to be better from my past self. And when you start moving with this mindset, you will always strive to improve. You will always seek towards methods which will help you improve and to be better with each step you take. They can't answer. They just studied it for the exams. They don't remember the concept, they don't know what that means, and they can't answer it. And I'm telling you, this is not how you study. You are not just studying for your exams. You are studying and you need to be able to make other people, like your juniors, able to understand what you've studied. Your study needs to be fruitful, because if you are spending a lot of time in a certain thing, then make sure that that particular thing is going to give you result. That your time is not going to go in vain. So when you are studying, don't just read for the exams. Learn and master the concept. So that if you happen to use that concept in the future for your help, or if you happen to be in need of that concept, you will be able to use it. Another point is to take responsibility for everything you're doing. Not everything is your fault, but you have to make sure that whatever happening in your life is your responsibility. For example, if you are not able to accomplish your goals that you've set, then it may be that it's not your fault, but it's 100% certain that it's your responsibility, that you should have been able to accomplish that. And you are not able to accomplish. It's also your responsibility to make yourself pay for your own goals. Because taking responsibility is such a huge task to do. If you can take responsibility for your own self, for the things that happen in your life, then you will be a lot better in handling the pressure. You will be a lot better in doing the things in your life than other people of the same age, and you will be a lot more in advantage when you have to go and face the competition. And taking responsibility does not always have to do with competition with others. Taking responsibility of your own self, of your life, means that you are going to be kind of more responsible towards whatever you're doing, whatever you're saying, whatever you're presenting yourself with, and however you want to see yourself in the future. If you're taking responsibility for your present condition, then you will be able to make yourself shape into what you want to be. You will be able to become that person you aspire to be, because you know how to be responsible for your actions. You know how to be responsible so that you can achieve that particular thing. The next point the next point, which is also very important, is to think long term, not just today. If you are just looking out for today, then you might end up going back to your comfort zone, or not even trying to come back of the comfort to gain something. You have to think long term so that you can keep making progresses. You have to think long term so that you can really think about something big and work towards achieving that big thing. Because thinking just about today will not get you anywhere. It's such a narrow thing to do. It will make your mind so narrow that you will be unable to think big. You will be unable to think outside the box. You will be unable to understand a lot of things. But if you focus on thinking for long term, so you will understand what decisions you have to take. You will understand how you have to do certain things to achieve certain things. You will understand what you want to be, and you will end up understanding yourself, which is the most important thing. So it's really important that you look out for long term than just focusing on short term. Because if you just focus on today, if you just focus on short term, you will end up in comfort and you will end up regretting for the rest of your life. If you apply these 7 mindset shifts consistently for the next 90 days, then you won't just see better marks. You will see a better version of yourself, better and ready to accomplish a lot more great. If you're serious about becoming an academic weapon, then make sure to subscribe to Academic and comment below which mindset shift are you starting from today. And remember, change does not happen when you watch. It happens when you start to apply it on your own life. Your next 90 days can either pass or can transform you into a whole new and better version. The choice is centered upon you. This was it. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself. Let's end this video with the motivation to work on a new project. See you then. This was Academic.